Well, is it game over, guys, here soon? Possibly. Why? So in today's video, we're going to be investigating further what's really happening with the economy, guys, because things are looking not fine at all, right? Even though they're telling and warning you that everything and alerting you that everything's good to go, guys, but is it truly? Let us see. First things first from Alex Becker. I have no clue what the hell is going to happen or is going on or going to happen with the economy, right? However, I am 95% sure Bitcoin will pass 100K in the next 2 years, and gaming crypto will go nuclear, and every other category in the crypto sphere, guys, will go dramatically up if Bitcoin were to hit that price, obviously. Now, could Bitcoin hit that price, guys? I guess we'll just have to investigate further. Now, Bitcoin and XRP are dumping, guys. Why? Because Bitcoin is S-ing the bed. Now, I am out of my trade. Why? Because it got stopped out in tiny profits, guys. I mean, that's fine. I basically broke even. I mean, made a tiny profit, guys. I'm going to wait until if I see anything more clear, then I'll go back in. But check this out, though. Current state of the market. Okay, so supposedly 60 Minutes is airing a rare interview with Fed Chair Powell tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right? So it already came out supposedly, and this is why it's important, guys, right? Because this person right here, right, and a few other Fed board members dictate where the economy heads to next, okay? And he gave us an insight, but possibly he could be bluffing and faking everyone out, guys. We're going to be investigating further. Listen to this. Now, the interview will ask about the future of interest rates and what the Fed might do next. This comes in the midst of the Fed's biggest interest rate hike campaign in history. The best part, the trailer for the interview concludes with you have avoided a recession. Why not cut rates now? Right? What part of the cycle is this, guys? So this is insane. Wow. So we can see right here that on the 13th, guys, of this month, it's very important to watch out for. Why? I'll explain in just a second. Justin, the Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell says they are likely to wait beyond March to begin cutting rates, and that 3 cuts is more realistic than the 6 the market was anticipating. Right? So Powell is basically saying that, well, during March, guys, they're probably not going to cut rates. Right? It's unlikely that they're going to cut rates in March, guys. Now, this is good for a couple of reasons, actually, because as soon as they cut rates, guys, right, the markets thereafter tumble. But if they could just hold rates out, right, the markets will pump, right? So that's good. It gives us more time for markets to pump up, guys, right? So that's the good part. But is he just lying to us, though, right? The reason being is because they'll cut before March 31st. But why? Right? It's because their inflation data is lagging, guys. If we look at Trueflation, right? Trueflation's data down here, guys. Look at this. They are always too late, right? So United States of America daily Trueflation rate, it's at 1.97%. Inflation is going dramatically downwards, guys, right? Even though the United States reported 3.4%. This is why I'm saying February 13th, guys. It's literally the most important date, right, out there. Literally so important, because that's going to give us the biggest clue of where the markets will head next. So if we see 2 point something for the report that's coming out in like when next week, guys, right, in like 9 days or so, if we see the report coming out as in 2 point something percent, right, a 2 handle, the markets will start pumping and start rampaging upwards, guys. Okay, so this is why it's very interesting to watch out for that specific date. Now, if it's around the same level as 3.4%, then we'll know we still have some time to go, guys, right? Which is fine for me. So again, the 13th will be very important to watch out, guys. But though, you know what? Why this is so fascinating is because the market still doesn't believe him, right? So the people who are in the know don't believe what this person is saying. That's interesting, isn't it? Right? Which tells us that possibly they're going to start cutting rates March. Why would March be a beautiful time to cut rates, guys? Because it will line up with that April timeframe of a black swan. Usually when they cut rates, give it 1 to 2 months, the markets literally die. And it ties into that April black swan event, guys, right? But I guess we're going to see here in next week. So This is why it's very important, guys. So, not to mention, they just confirmed the collapse is near as well, guys, right? Look at this. This is insane. Justin, in tonight's 60 Minutes interview, Powell admits that in the long run, the nation is on an unsustainable fiscal path. Oh, America doesn't want to hear that, guys. That's it. Because the debt is growing faster than the economy. Oh, America does not want to hear that, guys. Not looking too well at all. And who's saying this? The person who's in the know, right? So here's the actual video, guys. So after economic hangover after the 2020 event, guys, is a sharp increase in the national debt, right? 30 years from now, it is projected to be $144 trillion. But 30 years, no, guys, it's not going to last. America will not last that long. Let's be realistic. This decade, 1,000%, or $1 million per household. Wow, right? So how do you assess the national debt? We mostly try very hard not to comment on fiscal policy and instruct Congress on how to do their job, on how to you know what's so crazy, guys? On how to do their job when these people want to actually make America die and collapse. That's literally their job. I'm not joking. That's their top goal, right? Is to print money, guys, and collect more debt. But when it actually they have oversight over us, but is the national debt a danger to the economy, right? In your review, in the long run, the United States is on an unsustainable fiscal path, right? The U.S. federal government's on an unsustainable fiscal path, and that just means that the debt is growing faster than the economy, guys. Wow. Over the long run, of course, it worries him. Can't make that stuff up, right? Which basically confirmed to us about the collapse, right? Yeah, it's a Ponzi. They all know it. So what really is the game plan? Well, to collapse the current financial system and move on to cryptocurrencies. This is why I'm an XRP, right? I probably won't even ever sell, guys. Now, well, at least a certain portion of my bag. Now, chart 4. Global debt rose to a new record high in 2023. This is the world's debt, guys, $224 trillion. And it seems like a parabolic move upwards, right? And guess what? It's going to keep going higher and higher until it falls off a cliff. Literally, right? How long, how much longer, how many more years can this go on for? I don't know, guys. But the Fed trying to fix the economy by printing more money, right? It only delays the inevitable, which is the collapse. This is the biggest clue that we are near some type of collapse, guys, or recession, or black swan, a plummet in prices. I'm just saying it. We're just trying to warn the people, but it's not financial advice because it's impossible to predict the unpredictable, right? So here it is, guys. Here's the chart. The spread between the 30-year yields just turned positive. That's not good at all. Last time this happened from deeply inverted levels was in late 2000, right before or right after the S&P 500 also marked a double top that resulted in the tech bust. What's happening here, guys? Right? It literally called the dot-com bubble, and it called the housing bubble. What about now? It just went back up, guys, below that threshold, below this line, right? Or above this line, actually. It's starting to move higher. What does that tell us? If it got it previously correct, guys, and it predicted two different black swans right here, right, and it just rose dramatically, what about this time? What's upcoming next? So previously we seen the housing market collapse, and then before that it was a dot-com collapse. What about this time? Bank collapse, right? Wars, some type of event, guys. Of course they're going to, or cyber attack. Who knows, right? But something's obviously incoming, guys. Look at that. Crazy. Now, here's another indicator that tells us that we are near. Why? Because this is gold futures, guys, right? Gold, the gold chart. And supposedly we see some type of cup and handle. Why does this matter? Because gold and cryptos and stocks don't move all together, right? Gold moves like with the USD, guys, because they are hedges, right? So when the stock market is rallying, people leave gold into the stock market, right? People leave the USD into the stock market or crypto market. Now, if gold starts rampaging here soon, guys, it means people are fleeing from the stock market and crypto market into gold, the gold market, right? Because they see gold as some type of hedge, guys, right? Because it's valuable, there's a limited supply, or supposedly there is, guys, and all that stuff. But couldn't cryptos act in the same way though, right? Maybe the credibility is different though. Gold has been here since ancient time, and cryptos just began, right? So there is a difference. But watch out for gold, guys, in case it does pump. Now, the best part about a good rug pull is that we can make a lot of money while others are sitting around looking at each other wondering what just happened. As we can see, this is the S&P 500, guys, and the USD, right? They're inverse correlated. As we can see, whenever the S&P goes down, the US goes higher, right? It's inverse correlated, guys. But now they're both pumping, so one of them will have to fall here soon. I'm hoping the USD falls, guys, so stocks and cryptos can still go higher, right, before we see some type of event occur. Defying logic. So leading economic indicator index versus S&P 500. We see the Conference Board United States leading index 10 economic indicators, right? It's been plummeting downwards, but the S&P 500 has been rising. And as we can see right here, not defying logic, avoiding logic for now. Same situation in 2007 market top. Leading indicators tell us where the economy and markets are heading. This is exactly why we'll see a recession, guys. And a recession is quite bad. Why? Because people won't have jobs and all sorts of stuff, right? The economy will just go downwards, guys, right? And it won't be good for anybody. Now, but for the rich, they could weather the storm. But what about everyone else? Right? And it will begin 2024. And observe the decline in leading indicators we have this time, much bigger than into the financial crisis, guys. This crisis will be worse than 1930s. Look at that, right? It's getting so bad, guys. Let us prepare. Now, recession. What recession? Because nearly half of Americans aged 18 to 29 are living with their parents, right? In a good economy, this wouldn't be happening, guys, right? But numerous United States financial giants are cutting jobs as well. Look at that, guys. They're all cutting jobs. So does things look good? Definitely not. Now, Justin, SEC Chair Gary Gensler is likely to resign if Donald Trump wins the 2024 United States presidential elections, guys. That's so fascinating. Why? Because Donald Trump said if he wins, he's going to be firing, right, removing Jerome Powell from the Fed, guys, and is going to be appointing his own people, right, his own person to do the job. There you guys go. And as well, Gary Gensler will leave, guys. Seems like a new guard, doesn't it? Very interesting. Again, which ties in with cryptos coming into play. This isn't financial advice. There seems to be some type of agenda brewing, guys. Let us prepare for the finale. Not financial advice, but something's definitely brewing. My name is guys, Sophie. See ya.